for the weekend? Anything special going on for the weekend?
Absolutely nothing, and enjoyed every moment of it.
Well, I got to learn how to do nothing, man. As a matter of fact, I did a little funeral yesterday. Left the funeral, went to Greensboro, man. Had a cousin, 60th birthday. Me and her used to run in the streets. I was like a little brother, man. It was an honor and a privilege because they selected her to be the head mother of her son's church. And the people was exclaiming all the things that she done. And when I came and had my say in the matter, man, and people began to understand our relationship and how she stood in the gap for me as a mother when I was in the streets in the world, it was just a blessing to be a part of the celebration, man. Cool. So
sounds good,
man.
Cool. So tell you what, let's go get started. We got a real good topic for today. One more second here and get set up. All right, what do you guys say about let's get this music started here. All right. What are the red flags on a first date? What is something that once you go on a first date, you're like, you know what? Something ain't right.
Well, I don't have this problem. I've been married for a while now, off and on, this and that, whatever case may be. But so I'm gonna have to speak from the viewers, from other gentlemen's point of view, because I don't have this problem. But I would say that they're too nasty. I don't like nobody that's too nasty.
What do you mean nasty?
To be honest with you, I can't stand a woman on the first. Yeah, like I said, I'm married, but I can't stand someone who want to give it up on the first date.
Really?
That's not me. No, I can't stand that.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
I never in my life ever liked that.
Well, I mean, look, don't get me wrong.
I do agree. I just thought about it.
No,
I do agree. I do agree with
time, but
if I didn't work for it and she's trying to throw it at me, that's a different story. But if I did put some work in for it and she wants to give it to me, I'll feel better that way. But at the end of the day, I want that ass.
Look. I get what you're saying, and I totally agree. Because if I get it way too fast, I know I am not way that good. So this is not your first rodeo.
That means somebody else get it way too easy as well. So
yeah, exactly.
But wait. Isn't that double standard though? I mean, because you're doing it too, right?
Right.
So she can judge you the same way, right?
What do you mean though? If you ain't trying to get on first date.
Wait, hold on. What you say, Houston?
I said he just made it. If he don't want to even try to get some on the first date, that's what he's saying. He don't want her to be trying to give it to him on the first date.
No, yeah, right. But I'm saying though, if it was, if that was the case though.
It ain't the case.
Well, it can be a red flag. It could be a red flag. I get it because I mean, if she tries to do something a little too fast.
Yeah, that means she got cookies for everybody else. If she that easy, that means there has to be somebody else who she giving it to easy as well.
Why can't it be she just feeling you? I mean, right?
Well, hey, that's 100% true. I do get that. But at the same time, you got to at least let me work for it.
Well, he said for him, that's a red flag. For some, it's not a red flag.
For me.
Right. It's been a red flag for me too. That didn't mean I didn't do it. But it was a red flag.
I don't mean to be.
There you go. That's what I was waiting on. That's why I was really I was like, is anybody gonna be open and honest in this whole situation? You got some people that are honoring and reverencing God, but then at the same time, you got some folk that's just gonna try to break a joker down. It ain't nothing else to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Savage ain't get the name Savage for nothing.
Hey, I'm looking at
be kosher or whatever. Hey, at the end of the day, man, I'm gonna tell you like this. And then not only that, just think about it like this. Some women, some people look so good to you, you chasing before you even get a chance to meet the person. And then you have some people that are chasing you before they ever get a chance to meet you. Then not only that, you have some people that are anticipating getting the opportunity to just spend a little bit of time with you. So sometimes don't think it was just like the first date won't really the first date, because they was trying to date you before you ever even offered the opportunity to go on a date.
That's facts.
You understand? So it's different ways you have to look
different
at
ways,
this
but I understand what he's saying. For him, it could be a
Oh
red
yeah,
flag.
I totally understand.
And I get it.
But if you notice when the conversation started, he said at the very beginning, for him, it wouldn't be that anyway because he's married. Excuse me, Joe.
But see, I was ignoring that part about him being married because I just went because you've been single before and you've been on first dates. So it don't matter that you married now. You know you've been on first dates in the past.
Okay, if I look back to those first dates, then it still wasn't me. And Stevens made a comment. Steven said you don't buy a car without test driving it first. Well, if anybody know me, hey, I'm gonna be honest with you.
I agree with Steven.
I like Steven. Steven be rocking, boy.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Every car that I ever bought, it took me almost 6 months to a year to decide if I'm gonna buy it because I did research on that car before I did it. I went and looked at it, went back to the dealership, went home, went back to the dealership, looked online, looked at the
wait a minute, and the same car was available that long?
Right. The same car was still there.
It wasn't the same car. On the car.
Right. Like for instance, the Jaguar SJL when they first came out. Wasn't too many people buying those because they was expensive cars. I wanted to look at everything, pros and cons about it. So it took me a year to go back and get it because I wanted to make sure when I got it, it was going to be something that I've invested in.
Well, wait, no.
Right.
Well, that's the same car, though. They weren't the same car, right?
No, it was just the model of the car.
You did drive it, though, right?
I was about to say that. Again? Now, when you first went to the lot, you did test drive one while you was doing that research, though, right?
No, not at first. No. I looked at it.
Look.
And then I'm
just messing with you, but I'm with you.
I respect that, though. You know what? They got a lot of discipline. But I'm going to tell you something that really gets me. When somebody goes on first date and they try to order the freaking menu.
Man, I was thinking about the same thing.
Oh, hell no.
They trying to order a whole lot.
The same thing.
You know, because you're trying to fill each other out. Order some things, but you can sometimes tell somebody like, most of the time, most when we look at you like, is it okay? And you might, I got it. You know how we do.
Yeah.
Right. So I got it. But when they don't do that, there's and they just add on stuff and order. I had this girl one time, man, I had to go outside for a second. She don't order 2 shots. I don't know how many she ordered that night.
See, that's a red flag in itself. Because if I take you out on the first date and you trying to drink me under the table, not even the cost of the drinks, the fact that you just gonna get wasted like that.
What's that?
Is a red flag for me.
Yeah.
One red flag for me. Another red flag for me. Talking like a dude.
So what?
When they be like, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I be in the cut. I'm like, what the fuck?
Wait a minute. Right. Now,
I was like they were talking like Barry White.
You knew that because you were out on a date. I said,
I remember one time I went to a bus stop, right? I went to a bus stop, right? And I'm about to take the bus. There was a girl behind me, beautiful. She was on the phone. She was like, yeah, my nigga was liking us. I'm like, oh, turned me off totally. She was gorgeous. But the way she started talking, red flag. I can't touch a girl that talk like that, bro. Disgusting. Disgusting. Y'all don't think so?
I'm with you. I'm with you.
I like the girl.
I was picking on you though because I thought you were saying, on the first date, that's when you finally noticed it. But I see what you're saying.
No.
I thought you were sitting across from the table from me. You talking about? So tell me about yourself, yo, homie. Let me go and tell you about me.
Well, hey, some people text different than they talk, man. I've met chicks online. They talk like Shakespeare, but when you see them in the hood, they sound like Rocky. You know what I mean?
I gotta say this too. I seen one time, man.
Adrian. Wow. I got you.
I hate when a person don't know how to tip. So I did this dinner. After it was over, she said she'll get it, right? She said, don't worry, I got the tip. She ran this girl back and forth. She was so indecisive about a lot of stuff she ordered. And the girl had other tables. She was very patient with her. Do you know, at the end of the day, when she came over and left the tip, the lady told her, I'm going to leave you $2 because I don't think you did it well. That really rubbed me the wrong way.
Oh, no. No.
Yep.
We don't do that.
How you going? I'm gonna pay for the dinner. How you gonna say I'm gonna take the tip and then do her like that? That was a complete turn off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So don't do that on the first date, ladies.
What if they asked? What if they were like, I didn't ask for no gratuity. I didn't eat no gratuity. Why I gotta get gratuity?
Well, I didn't tell her. No. But see, she offered. She offered to do the gratuity. I didn't, you know, that wasn't on me. Yeah. She offered to do that. So she offered to do it, especially when they try to be classy. That's the thing that pissed me off. When they try to be classy, like all that, and they do something. I don't like that.
I hate it. I hate it when they say from the get-go. I mean, we've been there maybe 10 minutes. Maybe it's getting a little slow, and they like, oh no, they ain't getting no tip from me. I didn't. What are you talking about?
Right.
I mean, we're just getting started. Don't even start doing that from the get-go, because I'm ready to take you home now. Because I've been a server before. Sometimes people get busy, things happen, and I want to make sure everything's okay before you start acting up before they bring my food, and I don't know what they're doing in the back.
Right.
You know, but some people just get nasty from the get-go.
Great. Red flag for me. I thought somebody just say, make a little noted. Comment about it just then. I think their name was Drunk, which is ironic. Typically, I am most of the time. But what they said was a chick taking to themselves on the first date. I'm gonna throw that in with mine. I can't mess with a chick that is on her phone every 2 minutes on the first date.
Right.
I've been, oh my God, I will check please you quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like out of there. That's because who are you talking to? Like we're supposed to be on the first date. How are you talking to everybody but me?
Right.
Well, how are you holding on? How you having like 6-7 conversations when I'm sitting here in front of you? Like on the first date, I put my phone in my pocket. Like unless it's the kids and they have a code to reach me, there's no having my phone out on the first date. That's a bad sign to me. That means you're too busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, I'm gonna tell you something else that pissed me off. Do not do this is a red flag on the first date. I hate test questions. Where they ask you a series of questions to make a determination or something. So how many kids do you have?
How much money you make?
Straight to it. I hate it. How much money you make? Right.
What kind of car you got? Where your car at?
But see, that wouldn't bother me. If she would ask me how much money I make, that let me know that the date about to be over with. Thank you. Check, please.
Wait.
Check, please.
This is a red flag on the first date when they ask you when the last time you had sex with someone.
Yeah, that ain't none of your business on this first date.
I don't know, man.
We trying to get to know each other.
I like conversations with all like facts and it's like you getting it out. You know what I mean? I like a woman who's not afraid to talk. You know what I'm saying? If she wants to know, I'm gonna ask you the same type of shit. I'm gonna ask not who you fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Like, when the last time you had sex, but I'm gonna ask you some interesting fucking questions to get to know you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right, but at least put it into a conversation.
Yeah, put it into it. Yeah.
Sam's gonna ask when last time you had herpes?
I'm like, did you wash your coochie today? Because I'm interested in it. Did you wash it?
You need to quit.
I need to know if you wash it before I touch it.
Hey, but like she gonna tell you the truth, like, nah.
I've had a red flag.
Did you just boo boo before you came, or did you boo boo yesterday?
No, she said I'll be right back in the restaurant. That's what she did it. Right.
The restroom.
Hey, but can I be honest with y'all? In my lifetime, I don't think I ever had a bad date. In my lifetime.
Wow. I think we need to shut down. I think we need to go and shut this show down.
Did you ever have a date?
Man, we got to shut the show down.
And it's all because I always watch the person before I went on a date with them. I had conversation with them. And as I look back over my life, I never had a bad date. The person who I actually went out with was a person who I went out, who we became, relate in a relationship for some time. But I never had a bad date.
He said they were doing relations. That's what he said.
Hey, can I say something?
Yeah.
To be honest, I can agree with my brother as well, because I've never really had a bad date, but I can honestly say I always create the moment. You understand what I'm saying? So when you create the moment, you don't really give them a whole lot of opportunity for failure. Right. You know, sometimes it's like, even when, you know, y'all was talking about the red flags with people ordering the menu and different things like that. You know, when you dealing with guys such as ourselves, we're so well-rounded. Most of the time, the type of females that we're taking out, they already know we probably experienced the place we're going, or we already know the nicest meal on the menu and stuff like that. So they're gonna ask our insight if the woman has any type of professionalism anyway. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I watch demeanor. You know, it's a lot of different things I watch that pertain to red flags that some folk might not watch. I watch how women balance themselves. I watch how you carry yourself when you go into the bathroom. I watch the type of moves when you come back. You know, there's so many things that I'm watching as pertains to red flags. You know, sometimes you failed the test before we even got to the restaurant, baby, just by how you allow me to let you get in my car.
I've had a situation like that.
Wait a minute. So, okay. So I'm just curious. So are those like? So do you do like tests to see what she's gonna do?
It's not a test. It's just when you're. Let me just say this: when you're a well-rounded man or a man's man, everybody not just gonna settle for anything. And then 9 times out of 10, if you a real man and you looking for a woman that could possibly be your lady while you're going on this first date, because let's be real, most men want women like their mom.
Come on now, hope you can come.
You understand what I'm saying?
It's gonna be there tomorrow. It's gonna be there tomorrow.
Right. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, hands down. So a lot of times it's a lot that comes with that first date, baby. You know.
You know one thing, I'm gonna tell y'all this. You can sit up there and test all you want. There's women who hide their real self. What they say, the representative, they bring the representative to the date and they do all the perfect shit for you. Until later on, she's yours, and then she act like the most ratchet motherfucker you ever seen. Like, who are you?
But you know what, though, honestly, Jim, I think that, you know, with Eric was married for a while, and Church was married for a while. So we're introduced to the new age of dating, and I think that the way it used to be, it wasn't like it is now. And so the new age of dating, we encounter a lot of those different problems, right. I think, because it wasn't like this before I got mine. It was not like this at all. I was in for a rude awakening. I was like, oh yeah, I got this. It won't take me long.
I'll say this. If you've been married longer than 10 years, the game is completely changed. We got whole different other questions we got to ask now.
I was married the first time for 8 years.
Like, are you a male or female?
Bro, yeah, that's a real question now. That's
Y'all thought Trump was playing.
What sex were you? What sex were you when you were born? That's a real first date question.
Who was what?
You're right, AG. Hey,
that's a real.
He said, "What sex were you when you were born?"
When you were born, that's a real first date question now.
Hey,
unfortunately,
you know what?
Yeah,
facts.
Red flag is if they say I identify as. You're like,
right across.
I identify.
And I saw that on the first date. Not me, but I saw a guy do that on the first date because he stopped at the gas station after his date and was like, "Yo, man, this girl is bad." And the guy,
these guys making me feel like I don't want to go on another first date. I think I need to stay where I'm at, baby.
The guy looked out. Listen, listen. On this dude's first date,
I know, man. Stay. Should we arm wrestle first and see who win the arm wrestle?
Listen, one night we gonna get together. We're gonna get a fire pit. We're gonna sit around. I got some stories for y'all. I know Jim got some stories. I got some stories. We just let y'all sit back and listen. We got some stories.
All right, red flags though. My bad. Red flags, but other red flags. What we got? Because I was.
They're too confrontational. They're too confrontational.
Yeah.
I can't stand someone who's pushy and argue. Go ahead.
If you want to get a real deep conversation, but only so we can argue about a point, That's not what I'm interested in doing on the first date. I'm not interested in that on the first date. That's me.
Yeah. Let each other have opinions about something, and then say, and they have your opinion. It shouldn't be, no, you're wrong, you this and that, you this and that. No, let's get to know one another first before you tell me I'm wrong. You may be just as completely wrong, but it shouldn't be like that on the first date. It should be a conversation.
Right.
I see, what's her name? Shanique Colley. She says men are the same way. See, I believe that she's saying it in a negative manner. But me thinking about it, if men are the same way, we are easy to understand. And so you shouldn't be fucking up. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, I really know what men want because men are the same way, right? So I know what we want. I don't have to bullshit around.
Right, I got that.
Right or wrong. But if we see the same thing about women, we don't know what the hell is going to be tomorrow, the next day, the next minute, the next second, because the emotions will change. We can't say all women are the same because they change every second of the goddamn day. Or maybe we can say they're the same because they all change every second of the goddamn day.
Hey, like Drunk just said, ask about my political stance. Yeah, that's a red flag. We don't need to talk about that right now.
We don't need no pronouns.
No.
And it really don't matter. It really don't matter if you're married and have different political stance.
No,
I'm gonna give you another one, right? Major red flag. You know, you show up on a date and women start talking about everything going on their job, in the workplace, every worst thing that could possibly be going on in their family. So if you did create or get in a relationship with them, that's going to be something that's constant the entire time you're dating or dealing with that person.
And don't talk about how bad your baby daddy is if you have one.
Right. Hey, Church, I'm with you there. Women, chick come into the first date and they tell, if I know their whole life story after the first date, that's a red flag. If you tell all your business, you will tell all mine.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
exactly.
I had a first date one time and we had talked on the phone. Thought I knew some stuff. And she asked me if I could sit facing the door just in case my baby daddy followed me.
Wow.
Check, please.
That's past a red flag. That's like that's all the colors. That's all
I'm drinking the water. I'm gone.
I
told her, I said, baby girl, we can head on that.
That's a black flag. I like what Shanique said. It's all of them.
I like what Shanique said. Red flags talking about your ex.
Yes.
Fact.
That's a red flag. That's really.
Now, you know what?
Really.
Well, okay, like what's a red flag?
Listen,
what does a red flag mean on that though? What does that determine?
What do you mean?
If I'm mistaken.
If the person asks, what was your last relationship like? And you go into it. Because women do ask those questions. Why do y'all break up? Oh, you know what? That's the other one. I hate this question. Why do y'all break up? What happened? On the first date, me and my personal life, and me and my ex, is none of your business right now.
I think Hollywood. I think this Hollywood. Just like we're just talking about the difference in the generation. I think in my generation now, we should be asking every question possible because people are a lot more phony, a lot more secretive. They hide in a lot of shit. Been through some other shit. Back in the day, it was easy to work on your dates and find out something about the other, and it's usually true. But now it's like she'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'm this and that." Next thing you know, there's a dick hanging between her legs. You're like, "God damn, I didn't even know." You got to ask all these questions.
Right.
In my generation, or not really mine, but near mine.
I kind of see why it would be a question is because they're trying to see if there need to be a second date. So let me figure out what for.
You know how I feel though. That's not. You know what? When you start letting people know your personal life, you got to understand what they're asking for. If you're trying to, that's a test question. You're trying to make a determination. I could have been a bad person back then. I might have changed. So you can ask that question really to judge me on something that I did. Yes, you is.
That is true. But I need to.
We might not. But when women ask that, it's a test question.
But you got to be careful about that too. You got to be careful about that too, because this is the thing about that. Sometimes they'll take what you say if you do continue to date and use whatever you said on that first date against you.
I'm just saying on the first date, not in the. I'm just saying on the first time. Try to get to know me. But you got to think about it. You open up your whole life to a stranger you don't even know. You don't know them.
But I'm not really saying. But you know what? We should know. Like we should be old enough to know how to answer their questions and give them information that they need and that's true about us, but not give them all our personal business because they do the same shit to us.
Right. But honestly, it depends upon the atmosphere and how you feeling the person that's asking the questions too. Because guess what? If it's somebody you really feeling or somebody you into, guess what? You're gonna be a little more giving than a person that's just any Joe Blow. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, you don't even really know the person, but sometimes conversations can arise and you really feeling the person, so you open up because you want them to know.
That's it. A lot of times they ask questions like that because it's just like sitting in the barbershop. They just come up with conversation. Sometimes it may be a conversation piece. They may be trying to throw a question out there just to,
I think it's all how they present the question.
So some of it's not intentional.
Yeah, a vibe can make you more transparent. A vibe
can make you more transparent. She asked me the question of, what happened in your last relationship? You seem such a great guy. What happened? I can deal with that instead of, so why ain't you with your other woman? It's the same type question.
But here's my philosophy on that. It's when you don't know me, I can tell you anything. I can tell you, this because you don't know me, and so that question right there is really irrelevant because either way you're not going to know. I can tell you.
And going to what Sean Griffin said, but my thing is, you ask a man what happened in their last relationship, you're only hearing their side of the story. So is that really a question to ask? Going back to what you just said.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
All right, you guys. We are at the end of the day. We could have went on and on, but that's it. So, Eric, what do you say your red flags are?
My red flag is I'm married. I ain't going no more dating. I'm gonna try to hold on to what I have because this time is a microwave relationship. It's too quick. Yeah. No, I want something that's everlasting.
You want something you can simmer. You want the simmer. You don't want a microwave. You want the simmer.
Yeah, but
Church.
Yo.
What are the red flags?
I'm gonna tell you like this. To be honest, I'm kind of with Mr. Allsport. I don't even care about no red flags because I ain't really trying to show up in nobody else's face any kind of way. And if I do, guess what? It won't mean.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, being totally honest with you though, man. You got to just be real, man. Like at the end of the day, man, be careful out here, fellas. You don't know what you get in this day and time. And if you get something good, you better hold on to it. If something show up on the first date and they halfway acting like they got some sense and they got some structure, boy, you better be consider that joker and be kind of leaning in towards them, letting you know you do kind of like them and feel them and try to get out in the streets, bro.
Right.
That's all I can say.
All right.
Savage.
Be careful.
What are your red flags on the first date?
You're on mute. You muted.
Oh, y'all must be saying everything. But let's see.
Everything. I mean everything.
A ratchet, just ratchetry. Just ratchetness. Ratchet, just like, come on, man. Like, just even try to be classy or sophisticated. Ratchetry is the worst. That's a red flag for me. That's a red flag. Be a woman about yours. Be honest. You know what I mean? Do your thing. If you want to go on a date, be real about shit.
Right. Yeah. Anthony, AG, what you got?
Yeah, man. Mine was, the whole, if you're coming to see me, come see me, put your damn phone down, especially on the first date. Second was just people who talk too much, man. If you tell all your business, you'll tell mine. I can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Bad boys move in silence.
All right, Houston, what are your red flags on the first date?
We're talking about your ex or your kids the entire time. That's a red flag. Time to go. You doing wait? I mean, tell me a little bit. and we keep the conversation going.
Check.
But if you want to talk about that the entire time, and you got to look around to make sure he ain't coming in, yeah, red flag.
Right. All right. All right, you guys. That's it.
What's your red flag? Anthony, what's your red flag, Anthony?
If you're gonna tip well. Don't order the freaking menu on the first go. Keep it simple. You just a meet and greet the first time, and yeah, that's basically it. Just don't be crazy. Don't be crazy.
No. It's snoring. What the hell?
Yeah. Somebody's phone was vibrating too close to the mic.
I thought it was Savage.
It's not me, brother.
Yeah, that's Jimmy over there.
All right, you guys. See you next week.
All
right, peace.
Later.
You know when you do something like that.